last season's DS450X was good, but the 2009 DS450X MX is all that and so much more. And after all the testing I've done on this thing, I can assure you, it works. I find it interesting the DS450 is largely unappreciated in the ATV press. I really just can't understand it. We test all the different sport ATVs here at Dirt Trax and have lots of opportunities to put them all through their paces in all different conditions. And so far, I haven't found another ATV that blends performance and value quite like this one. Sure, there are other 450 class ATVs that have more power. There are still some that maybe have a better feature or two, and you could argue that there are other 450s, well, that maybe handle a little better under some circumstances. But when you look at this package from a race-ready, out-of-the-box perspective, it's really hard to fault it in any way. And when you take the time to make free adjustments to the motor and suspension, you'll likely find this ATV starts to feel very comfortable and very raceable. For starters, this 449cc EFI mill is fed by a single 46mm throttle body. Now, this engine is infamous for its lack of low-end grunt and for feeling really corked up from the factory. And these traits aren't unknown to Can-Am, but due to sound and emissions regulations, they simply can't unleash all this engine's potential right out of the box. What they can do is build a second map into the ECU that, when selected, along with removing the spark arrestor from the pipe and lid from the airbox, seriously increases torque. This increase down low makes all the difference to any rider's impression of the entire bike. Suddenly, you can see yourself clearing big doubles and sliding huge berms. A bike that at one time felt kinda uptight will now impress even the most stubborn skeptics. The chassis of the DS450X MX is where you really begin to see how advanced and race-ready this ATV is. Instead of building just one 450 class ATV and making the customer do all the mods needed for serious competition, Can-Am built 3 different 450s that are ready for any situation straight out of the box. This MX version is 50 inches wide and fully adjustable off the showroom floor. Its KYB shocks feature high and low speed compression, rebound, and preload adjustability and feature 40mm shafts up front and a huge 46mm shaft in the rear. If you were going to upgrade the shocks on any other ATV, these ones would actually be really good choices. The front end has fully adjustable caster and camber with the use of spacers and has curved lower A-arms. The entire front suspension is now made of chromoly tubing instead of last season's forgings. The racing-style front bumper is included, and the headlights are easily removable. This rear axle is actually hollow and can be adjusted from 46 to 50 inches wide with the use of the included spacers. A person of my size will tend to have problems with bent axles from time to time, but this system has actually proven bulletproof even after some seriously misjudged landings. The chassis is Can-Am's Altec dual pyramid design with self-piercing rivets. The fact that there's not one weld on the entire chassis means there are no weak points and therefore much less chance of frame failures. This chassis and suspension package has quickly become a favorite with our entire crew. The front suspension is soft enough to soak up the small stuff, but when set up correctly, can absorb huge impacts without complaint. Furthermore, the front suspension is an absolute thing of beauty when you find yourself all tweaked out and coming in front wheels first. Many ATVs will bottom out hard or snap the bars in this situation. The DS450X MX simply soaks it up and keeps going. Other nice features that add to the race-ready status of this ATV are things like a rubberized vibration-reducing triple clamp, aluminum handlebars, and a slim but soft seat. These things might not seem important when you're shopping for an ATV, but when you look at the cost to upgrade them after the fact, well, they really make the value quotient of the DS go way up. If you want even more convincing, just look at the tire and wheel package spec'd on this thing. ITP GP front wheels and track lock bead locks on the rear, wrapped in ITP Quad Cross MX Pro tires front and back. So what's the verdict on this ATV? Well, After it being passed around by our testers and friends, and after spending day after day being beat up and abused on different motocross tracks, everyone, including me, came to the same conclusion. The 2009 DS 450X MX can be taken straight off the showroom floor and be right at home on a motocross track. When you look at the modifications other 450 Class ATVs would need to be competitive under the same circumstances, it quickly becomes clear that this ATV really is a motocross bargain.